What's up, YouTube? This is Tiffany coming in with a video today. I know it's been a while and I've been kind of procrastinating on making this video. I've been moving, I've been traveling. I started a video a few weeks ago. I never finished the video. So today I was like, you know what? I'm feeling sick. I don't have my lighting all set up yet in a new place, but I'm gonna stop procrastinating. I'm gonna do this video, all right? So today I wanna talk about digital selfie booth drop-offs. We had our first event for a drop-off about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I started doing a video and never finished it. And I think it went successfully. So I wanna talk to you guys a little bit about that and share some of the tips and tricks and things that we learned, all right? So before we get into the video, make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you're getting down in the comments, giving me your thoughts about some of the things that we're gonna share today in the video. And maybe you've already started on this journey of doing digital drop-offs. Let me know how your experience has been so far. We only got one event under our belt and more to follow, but we're sure, would love to hear you guys' feedback, all right? So with that, let's jump in. So, making the sale, that's the first point, right? We always want to make the pitch to the client about why this option will be better. So I don't know about where you are in your business, but for me, I feel like the digital booth is pretty straightforward. It's literally just using iPad software. If you can use an iPhone, you can use an iPad. And so that's how I pitch it to customers, right? Hey, it's really simple to use the digital selfie booth. If you know how to use the iPhone, you'll be able to use it. I'll show you how to do it. I'll leave you instructions. It'll be really simple and really easy, and it's more advantageous for you because you get the booth for the entire day. I'll drop it off in the morning, show you how to use it, and then I'll come back and pick it up whenever your event is done. And so again, that's gonna be the most economic option for most people unless they're looking to do 2 hours, okay? So generally if someone only has 2 hours, then it might not be as good of a deal as someone who's looking to have the booth for 3 or more hours. So typically I kind of focus in on those type of events because to me, I'm like, hey, if I can drop this off and save my day, I don't have to be here with the booth for 4 hours. I can go off and run one of our other booths or do a personal event or whatever. To me, it's a win-win for both customer and client. So I pitch it to them that way. So for instance, if a lead comes to me and says, hey, I want a 3-hour event with the price, I would say, hey, sir, or ma'am, so-and-so, I actually have a special now that we're running. We do a digital drop-off. There's no prints involved. There's no props. However, you get the photo booth for the entire event. It's now not an hourly rate. It's just a flat fee. And we show you how to use it. It's very simple. And to me, that's going to be more economical because if you want for me to stay with the booth, that is going to cost more. That is going to be based on an hourly rate. So to me, you're going to get more bang for your buck if you go this option. So I give them options, right? So I don't just say, all we do is a digital drop off, but I do lead with that. And if they come back and say, oh, well, I absolutely wanted printing or I absolutely wanted props, then I'll say, okay, well, here's how much it would cost if we went that route. But you do with the digital drop off, you have it the whole day. You can use digital props and you could have backdrops and all the other things, just no printing. So, to me, again, it's usually a win-win. So that's where I start. It always starts with the pitch. And the next thing I will talk about is the contract. So obviously I did have to tweak our contract a little bit and I did a little bit of research. Google is your friend, right? I always tell people you can learn so much from Google. So I went online and I found a couple, just Google drop-off photo booth contracts. I pulled some information from various people. I watched a few YouTube videos of people saying that they were doing it and got some information. So I did end up tweaking my contract a little bit just to make sure that I'm covered liability-wise if something were to happen. So I did put some lines in there about, we're gonna take pictures to make sure it's any damage to the photo booth would be covered. We would take it to a third party to get a quote, and that the quote for repairs is what I would charge the customer. So I outlined all of that the booth is not to be moved. We were gonna set it up. We're gonna show you how to use it. I outlined all of the steps there, so my contract was a little bit longer because I did wanna make sure in this particular instance that I was covered were anything to happen. I was a little nervous about this, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie. I was asking folks, I'm like, are y'all like charging an extra deposit on top, like incidental? And people are like, nope, you just get their credit card and have it. And so I was like, okay, well, this takes a little bit of comfort getting used to, I admit, but you know, to be honest, I felt like I got a little bit comfortable with the customer, have a few more conversations. If that makes you feel better, reiterate to them the importance and the cost of a booth if you need to. Just whatever you need to do to make your comfort level, you know, feel like you're okay to leave your equipment, then I would leave that up to you, right? I'm not going to tell you you have to do certain things, because it's your business, it's your equipment. You need to do what makes you feel most comfortable. So if you want to add an extra deposit and say, hey, this is refundable once I come back and pick up my booth, that's something you could do too to cover you, right? You could say it's a $500 or $600 extra deposit. I'll give it back to you if everything is good. So that's something else you can add, just to, you know, increase your comfortability. So, and then before the event, it was actually a wedding. So I was talking to the bride, you know, few days before the event. I got the Wi-Fi information. I was like, hey, we want to set up Wi-Fi. I don't want to leave another device there and then I'm not there, and if the device malfunction, like a MiFi or something like that, I'm not there to fix it. So I want to have the Wi-Fi of the location that we're at, because more than, you know, 9 times out of 10, it's going to be a stronger signal than any type of little hotspot or anything that I leave, and you know, the device would not malfunction. So talk to her about that beforehand. I said, look, I want to work with your party planner or your wedding planner to set the location of the booth. Once we set it, we're not moving it. So I want to take pictures, I want to take videos when I come back to make sure that it's in the exact place, in the exact condition that we left it. She was like, sure, I understand, we're going to take care of your equipment. She reassured me, I felt comfortable. Again, it was a wedding. Certain events I might not have felt as comfortable. Maybe, you know, we've done like 1-year-old birthday parties. I don't think I would want to leave my equipment at a 1-year-old birthday party, because then I know those little ones running all around. So I might rethink that. But a wedding, I did feel comfortable, again, because usually the quality of weddings, the type of crowd, the way people conduct themselves are a little bit, you know, in my mind, a little bit better. So I went over that with her. I told her, hey, I'm gonna leave some instructions for you guys next to the booth, which I did. I even created a short little YouTube clip video, and I put a barcode on the instructions, so if people didn't want to read, they could look at a video, right? So it was just a little quick, the video was like 1 minute long. I left the instructions, so I had the barcode, and then I also, with the wedding planner, I said, hey, I want to show you how to use this. So the husband stood there with me, I walked him through it, and then someone else came up and he showed that person how to do it. So I felt very comfortable that they were going to be able to figure it out, right? Again, with the iPad, if you know how to use the iPhone, you know how to use this, you know, photo, pretty simple. So I went through that. So that was 3 different ways in which people should have been able to work the booth if you had no clue, you know. And I think for the most part, depending on the age range, right? So if you're a millennial or up, you'll probably be able to figure it out. But I told her, hey, people that might be our parents' ages might not be as intuitive. So I wanted to have the instructions and I wanted to have the video there just in case. So I left that there. In addition, I told her I'm gonna give my, you know, your party planner my number. If anything comes up, give me a call. I'll come back. So we had outlined all of that beforehand. So the day of the event, because I knew she was not gonna be accessible, I wouldn't have to worry about that. So fast forward to the day of the event, we got there, set up, you know, like I said, met with the party planner or the wedding planner or her husband, went over everything, took pictures, took videos of every angle, how far we were from the backdrop, all of that, explained to her, you know, we'll come back and pick it up, confirm the times again. We're gonna come back, you guys have to be out by 11, we'll be here at 10:30, pack everything up, and we'll be ready to go. So we went over that again, and then at the end of the event, you know, my sister went back, picked up the booth, all was in one piece. I would say overall, it was a pretty uneventful, you know, event. And I was glad. Throughout the night, I was checking online on the Snapic, on the gallery, just to make sure, you know, I saw pictures were uploading and just for uploading. So I said, okay, people, you know, they figured it out, no concerns there. And then a week or so after, I heard from the client that, hey, you know, we love the booth. People had a ball. We're so glad that we worked this out. And again, I felt like it was a win-win for both me and the customer. So those are a few tips that I feel like are very important when you are, if you're considering pitching the digital drop-off option. You know, I think people should do what's best for their business. For me, I do think that I'm going to explore that option more. I've already closed our next event for it, and I'm hoping to do more in the future. So yeah, that's all I got for today, guys. Like I said, hop down in the comments if you guys have any tips or tricks or things that you've been doing with your digital drop-offs. Please let me know. This, you know, I'm new to this, and I want to learn as much as I can to make sure that it's, you know, helping my business to grow and to expand. All right, so I want to stop talking because I feel very nasally, and I hope I don't sound as bad as I feel. I'm hoping that this video was helpful, and sorry for taking so long. All right, catch you guys next time.